right, ladies and gentlemen, the name is Jabu Fagude. Welcome to Pit to Palace, our show where we talk nothing but kasi business. So we focus on the people who are doing business in the township and movers and shakers in the ghetto. So now today we've got another hustler by the name of Lesego Ditshwene, a boy who comes from Alexandra, I think. Yeah, ne? How you doing, boss?
I'm alright.
Sharp, man. Lesego Ditshwene. Man, tell us who's Lesego Ditshwene. Give us a brief nyana. Where were you born? Where did you go to school? I know you went to the birds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lesego Ditshwene is obviously from Alex.
Yeah.
After school, I dabbed into engineering, computer systems engineering, and I felt that was not my space. So I left that. I went to a school called AAA School of Advertising.
Okay.
Where I studied there, I completed. I specialized in brand management. Thereafter, I went into advertising, obviously. Did a bit of work in advertising, and then I left advertising. I got into sales.
Yeah.
Where I started now working FMCG, alcohol, soft drinks, beverages and whatnot. Then, funny enough, I ended up in engineering again.
Okay.
And then after that...
So that is after you left sales now?
Yeah.
Okay, you went back to engineering?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I left that and I started now building my own thing, you know. So that's when I had a registered company. It was just doing a few things here and there. So then I went 100% into it.
So now would you say that you always had the eye for, or the bone for the entrepreneurial in you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because my plan was, the last school I attended was the Vets Business School, where I did my honors with them. And my plan was after that, we take what we've learned from corporate and we take what we've acquired academically, and then we go in and we do it. And that's exactly what I did.
Well, a lot of people go to schools like those, obviously, to go corporately and to climb the ladder and be somebody big in the white space.
Yeah.
But you shifted the focus and you wanted to focus on your own thing.
Yeah. Because I think at the end of the day, with everything that you do, you need to understand how corporate works, and you need to be able to speak that language.
Yeah.
Because inevitably, with certain projects that you do, you will have to walk into a boardroom, you know, with a properly put together presentation,
of course,
present your concept and get other people to
sooner or later.
You understand? So it's important to be able to balance the two.
Yeah.
But also, with that said, you know, rightfully said, people go to school so that they can climb the ladder, become MDs and all that. But sometimes you need to go to school, understand that, and then come back and build something
for your own self.
For your own self, where you can hire someone who has gone to school to make sure that systems and operations are running accordingly, while you pursue the vision. Because sometimes it's difficult to translate a concept or a vision into an actual working business model.
Of course.
You understand? So hence I had to balance the two, because if you're going to build something from scratch, you need to be able to tap into both sides of the brain, the creative and the analytical. Yeah.
Wow, it's beautiful, man. So now, when did you see to yourself that, or when did you have the feeling to start your own business, to say, now I'm done with the corporate space, it's time for me to go into the entrepreneurial space?
I'd say things happened in a manner where, if you sit down and you ask yourself, what's the next?
They roll themselves.
Yeah, you understand?
Yeah.
So if you sit and say, okay, fine, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? And you feel like where you are, you've now hit the ceiling and there's nowhere else to go. That's exactly what happened to me. I was like, okay, fine. I think now, with what I know, I'm confident, Guti, if I take that step, I'll be able to put things together.
Pressure pushes you to the next level.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So where you feel that I've got no movement now, this has been too long doing the same thing, and I need to grow.
And this thing is eating at you to say, we're waiting.
We're waiting,
You've
yeah.
been saying you're going to come now, you know.
So it's something that has always been there with you. So you just that you never had the energy to say, let me start. Until
I think it's more the balls
I
to
like
jump
that.
ship, you know. Because look, I mean, it's very comfortable to be at work. You know, because you know
the salary and everything.
Things are gonna be sorted. You
had a company car.
Yes.
Yeah. So
fuel,
cards
around,
and everything.
You
and
know,
now,
it's a comfort zone.
Of course.
You understand? So, I think more than anything, that's what we're scared to get out of. To move out of your comfort zone and then you jump into the unknown.
How did you find that jump with you? Because with a lot of people it's different. With me it was different. You probably had a different experience yourself.
With me, I was sitting at home. I took out my laptop. I typed my resignation letter. And then after that I started working on my business model.
Were you married at the time?
Yes, I was married.
And you had kids?
And I had kids.
So you're busy typing the resignation letter and then you look at your kids.
Yeah.
and you're thinking, how am I going to feed them?
Yeah. And at the same time, you start working on the business model. And honestly speaking, to take a model from paper and execute, it's
totally different ball game.
Different kettle of fish. So with me, after the push, I was like, okay, it's now or never. Because at the end of the day, there's no perfect time.
Another jump.
Yeah, like, okay, let's go in.
Support wise, were you had good pillars on your sides in terms of strength?
Support wise, I think it was more, like I said, the balls, the vigor, and the hunger to say, you know what, if you start this at 50 years old,
you might be too late.
Maybe it's a little bit too late. You know, start now. You know, go through the process now, and maybe at 50 you could be retired.
Was your partner understanding?
It was a difficult conversation.
Yeah.
You know, it was a very difficult conversation because, as I said, the first question will always be, how are we gonna sustain what
pay
we
the
have?
bills?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
not lose none of what we have
now. You understand? So it was, you know, you are chasing a dream basically.
And what I like about that is that everybody says, no, we're not gonna lose the cars. No, we're not gonna lose this.
You know. Because at that point, I was
the
like,
rent is gonna be paid on time. Don't worry about the bond, baby. Leave it to me.
So I decided, okay. At that point in time, I sort of conditioned myself to say, if worst case scenario, what am I willing to let go of? And I said, okay, we've got ABC that's paid off. We've got something
stashed
with
away.
The bank.
Yeah.
So if, you know,
what are we keeping and what we're losing?
So worst case scenario, this is what's gonna happen.
Sooner or later, it pushes you to it gets to that level.
So you need to condition yourself to say, look, at some point, I was even saying, you know, I'm ready.
You're ready
to live in a shack.
Yeah.
If that's what it's gonna take.
Exactly.
Understand? Because at the end of the day,
you see, until you say that. Until you say that, you'll never jump.
So you must be ready to let go of certain.
Detach yourself away from everything else. No, that's good. And then now, the idea Kasi Boutique was birthed.
Yes.
Tell us about Kasi Boutique. What is Kasi Boutique?
All right, Kasi Boutique, in its inception, as I was moving around.
When was it born?
2017.
2017. Okay, that's not long.
That's not long. 3 years, and it's already gone through its own various life cycle spans already.
Yeah.
So how Kasi Boutique came about was from moving around. At the time, my other company where we do sales and distribution, I was always on the road, you know.
Of course.
And I would always pick up with, you know, when I'm in Pretoria, I see this brand. When I'm in Soweto, I see this brand. When I'm in wherever, I see different type of brands.
Yes.
But as a consumer, it's like you must know somebody who knows somebody to access
that kind of brand.
Those type of brands. So the inception of Kasi Boutique was to create a platform where we say, look, as a consumer, you walk through one door and everything is there. You understand?
Okay.
That was the concept. So that's where Kasi Boutique came from as a concept on paper. That's where we started. So from understanding that and writing down the idea to opening our doors, launching the store, it took us 6 weeks.
Okay.
Because I just sat down, I did one and one, and I was like, okay, it's a niche, but we can do it. I found a space, and
But then you chose Alexandra.
Yes.
Did you choose it because you're from there, or you chose it because it was a good place to start?
it was a good place to start because at the time we were like, okay, we need to be close to other activities, you know.
Okay.
So where the store was, there was a pub on the one side and another business on the other side, but it's within the township, you know.
Okay.
So we didn't want to lose the essence of being able to just walk to the store.
Okay.
You understand? So we did that and it worked, you know. The reception was good. I mean, not every clothing store can say they're able to open until 2 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
You know,
All
so
right.
we did a lot of
So
nighttime
because
shopping
of obviously with the
pub
with the
next door.
pubs
Yeah, so
and-
the location.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah.
So it was an interesting journey, you know. We had the store for 18 months.
Okay.
And then unfortunately we had to close because of other challenges we were facing.
Yeah.
So we had to close and then regroup.
Mm.
So now, say round 2, Kasi Boutique.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now
The return,
the
Baba.
return. That one.
Yeah.
So now Kasi Boutique is a brand on its own, you know, where we are learning more about the textile business itself.
Okay.
Where now we're saying, you know, yes, you can have a brand out there, but you need to position yourself in a certain niche to say, look, yes, there's brands out there, but when you wear this apparel, when it touches your skin, you must feel the difference compared to another brand. So now we are focusing on the building blocks of the actual brand. You understand?
Yeah, yeah.
And taking the learnings from the first attempt to say, when we come again and open our doors to other brands,
Yeah.
how are we going to filter these brands? How
Yeah.
are we going to measure these brands to say we can work with you or we cannot work with you? Because we need to set the standard ourselves now.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
understand? So
Yeah. So
that's
you
what-
are the bar.
we are the bar, you know. Hence, you find that with our apparel, yes, we don't do like 100 units or whatever because
Yeah.
we're trying to stick to the boutique
Yeah.
part of things. So we'll
Yeah.
do 4, 5, 10
Per item.
per item.
Okay.
When it's done, it's done. And then we now trying to also work on the other side of the business model where when we plug in other brands,
Yeah.
we need to have proper contracts in place, and we want the brands to also play an active role
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
pushing the model. Because with the previous one, we found that for a lot of people, it became for them like a passive income type
Yeah,
business model.
yeah.
They just dump their stuff,
Yeah.
come at the end of the month, say, how many have you
How
sold?
many have you sold?
But
Yes.
they
Yeah.
haven't done
They done
anything
nothing.
to push, you know. So those were some of the learnings we had to take out of there to say, okay, fine,
Yeah.
with the next one, we need to have like a retail agreement to say, look, this is how we plug
You play
in.
part and we play part. Yeah.
Exactly.
But then initially, I think we've gone too far ahead. Initially, when Kasi Boutique started, you were just a warehouse or a store provider. You were providing space for brands, township brands, to come and shelf their products into your store. That was the idea of Kasi Boutique, am I
Yes,
wrong?
that was the main idea
The
behind
main
it.
idea.
We did have our own apparel,
Yeah.
just so that we can also have our brand out there.
Okay.
But it was not like a focus area for us.
All right.
You know, so it was more like, look, here's a platform.
So you were just creating a platform,
Yes.
not a brand that
Yes.
produces clothes.
No.
Okay.
Even though, I mean, we had like caps, you know,
yeah,
a few
yeah,
of
yeah, a few of
this
them.
and that.
So, but it was just branded
Yes,
caps.
yes,
Yeah, it
you
wasn't like now you're starting a brand on
Yes,
its own.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now it has gone to that, evolved to that
Yes,
level, right?
yes.
So now, are you still focusing into giving people spaces?
Yes, hence I'm saying we are busy working on something now where we're going to open our doors again. But as I said, now we are trying to improve in terms of creating a bar from a textile perspective to
Yeah.
say, look, for you to be in this space,
Yeah.
This is how we work. This
Yeah.
is where we expect you to be.
So at first you were just, it
first-
was open for everybody.
Yeah, it was like, no, if you've got stock, we sit down, we talk, okay, this looks nice. You know, I would just use my eye to say, okay, this looks nice. It can sell based on the customers I know that walk into the store.
And the kind of standard that you want to set for your
Exactly.
store and your brand.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we want to have like a more, manageable approach, a systematic approach in terms of this is how we're gonna work. Yeah.
So now, when do you think that people are still welcome to come to you and say, yes, I do have a brand and I would love to put it in my store, in your store? And how soon do you think your next store is going to be?
I was hoping before the close of this year.
Of
2020.
As soon as things they get eased up.
Once we start to normalize somehow. So I mean, what I want to do now is do proper platforms. Like from working in e-commerce, looking into opening stores in other provinces and whatnot, smaller stores.
Manageable stores.
Just to create a serious platform where.
But you're still focusing in the townships, or now you can?
We will be still in townships, but we're also gonna try and look at how best do we grow the business as well. So I think also going forward, the movement of our consumers will also influence where we end up. Yeah.
Was the market that good in Alexandra? I mean, considering that the main city is just a throw stone away from where you were.
Look, we had people driving to our store all the way from Katlego, Davidson, whatnot, So I believe.
Was that through a word of mouth?
Yeah, word of mouth, social media. People would inbox us, but only come to the store 3 months down the line. And say, I inboxed you, and you check it like,
and they're
like, oh, I only managed to come here 3 months later. So the market is there, the market is fertile, obviously with everything that's happening, but the market is there. It's just a matter of positioning ourselves properly.
But then so far, let's talk about the previous shop that you had. So far, what was the magwinya of your store when you started? What's that particular brand that you say, this is the brand that brings me more business than any other?
We were in partnership with 88 Apparel. That was owned by Yeye.
All right.
By College Drive. So KK would also give us his apparel, and also Batu, the shoe.
Yeah, I remember Batu.
Because Andrew and Theo are also from Alex. So I think we were the first.
And they were starting at the time, so you were one of the first actually to start selling. Yeah, but it was not known.
Yes.
It was, I remember when you started flighting it.
Yes. So those were the two that were really, really busy.
Bringing a lot of footsteps in your store.
They kept us busy. Yeah, very busy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Batu where it is now, I think they're on their 11th store nationally. They've got a national footprint now. So a niche, focus on it, and that's
right.
It. Yeah, grow it. So
okay.
That's exactly what.
So what more surprises are we expecting from this brand, Kasi Boutique? Why Kasi Boutique? Let's start there. What does it mean, Kasi Boutique? I think I know, but I want to hear from the horse's mouth.
Look, Kasi Boutique is a boutique store.
Yeah.
Based in the hood.
In the hood. So that's just as simple as that.
Straightforward.
No hidden agenda.
No hidden agenda. So you walk into
Kasi the hood.
Yeah. You walk into the boutique. You've got your nice apparel. You're in the hood, and everything is there. You can walk in and you can walk out all fully dressed with fresh drip. None.
Well, corporate will say they won't put a boutique store in the townships because of probably one, crime and breakages and all that, and losing their items. What's your do you have any fear?
The whole time we've been at our previous location, we've never had a break-in.
Yeah.
We've never had any form of criminal elements happening.
Yeah,
Obviously,
to your store.
to the store,
So would you say it's because I'm from Alexander, bayangazi like us, so they respect me? That's the reason why they respect my business. Or would you say it's just that people do respect other people's business?
Look, I say it's
Element of
yeah,
both.
it's an element of both, because at the end of the day, I mean, I can open Kasi Boutique in Davidton, and obviously, you know how it is when you move around.
Yeah.
If you go to a certain township, if you're not from there, you will make sure that you know the relevant people.
Yeah. You start making friends with a few of the guys there.
So that's how you roll. You are not an Edgar's.
Of course.
And Edgar's will build an establishment and have security.
Yeah.
But we are a Kasi
and you
Boutique.
never get to know who the owner of the Edgar's is. Yeah.
Yes. So
Yes,
with
of course.
us, if we go into a township, we
You
need
have to be known.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have to know it's us. We are here, and this is what we're doing.
So I'm a people's person.
Exactly.
So you look after mine, I look after yours as well. Okay. So now, so are we seeing one Soweto, one Tembisa? Since you've tried and tested Alexandra and you saw that the Alex Yaspana, are we gonna see one soon? Emma Cassini, your Davidton, Soweto,
Look,
Alex.
that's the plan. Expansion is important. It's they say you must never play big in a small town.
Of course.
So once you feel like, okay, I understand the principles of what I'm trying to do, then the next step is to duplicate that in a different area.
Of course.
And then after that, you just keep going.
Okay.
So that's the plan.
Tell us about your line. Let's talk about clothing now.
Yeah. So our line is with Kasi Boutique. We've always tried to have practical apparel, stuff that you can wear to work, stuff that you can wear almost anywhere. But,
so comfortable clothes.
Yeah, comfortable clothing. But we just touch on a little bit of formal, but we would never do like a tailored suit or whatever.
You never?
No, I would never be in that space.
Why?
I'm not comfortable yet. I think, let me put it that way. But we can have elements in there.
Okay.
Like you can have your Hugo Boss suit with a Kasi Boutique shirt.
Okay.
That's how we'll be in there. Or you'll be in your Hugo Boss and then you just throw in a cardigan over your shirt because it's a little bit chilly. So that's how we're gonna play around it. Because I believe you must do something that you're comfortable with, and you must.
But you're not doing it for you.
I know.
Yeah. So you're not the one who's gonna be wearing the suits, are you?
I think once we get to a certain point, maybe we'll have like a Kasi Boutique gentleman's corner type thing.
Okay, all right.
Because what I've done is initially we only had these, so now we also do stuff for kiddies as well.
Okay.
So we are growing the range as well. So to your point, yes, at some point
it will get there.
Maybe we'll say, okay, Kasi Boutique limited edition. Maybe twice or 3 times a year we'll do like tailored suits, and then you buy it that year. Next year we do something different.
Something else.
Yeah, but for now we're just focusing on day-to-day apparel that's comfortable and ready to go.
Okay. So now here, what are we looking at? We're looking at the men's. Is this the men's line now?
So this is men's, except that one. That's a ladies.
Of course,
sweater dress, and then these are also.
So you call this a sweater dress because of the length?
Yeah, because of the length. It's a sweater, but it's
longer.
Longer,
yeah.
So we try to be very, 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 comfortable, semi-formal, casual. That's where we're playing now.
But somebody would say that most of your clothes are unisex.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Yeah, we try to be but I mean, something like this, you can see with that. This one is definitely
that's female.
Yeah, but we try to be very flexible.
And this is definitely female.
Definitely
There's no way I'll be rocking.
So
what's that, Duck's Bunny or something?
Minnie Mouse.
Okay.
So we try to be very, 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 accommodative, because what I've noticed is you need to be able to sort of touch a target market from your 18-year-old to your 60-year-old with the clothes that you have. Hence, I'm saying we try to play around your day-to-day stuff. I mean, any 50-year-old mother can wear this sweater. You know, any 60-year-old man can wear this jersey with a shirt underneath. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're trying to do. And at the same token, an 18-year-old can feel very comfortable in that jersey and feel very trendy and up to date. So that's where we're trying to play, to say it's a lifestyle. You know, it's a lifestyle brand. And also speaking to that, which is what also led us to try and expand the brand offering as well, because we also started doing events as well under Kasi Boutique, you know. So those are some of the things we look at to say it's a brand on its own in apparel, but it's also a lifestyle brand. So at some point, maybe you're gonna walk into a Kasi Boutique center.
So when you say you've started to do events, what kind of events are you talking about?
We did intimate soul sessions.
Okay.
Last year, where on those specific ones, our target market is obviously.
What do you call those sessions?
Intimate soul
sessions.
Yeah.
So now, but then where is Kasi Boutique fitting in that space?
The lifestyle.
Is it the Lesego Intimate or is this Kasi Boutique now?
It's Kasi Boutique Intimate Soul Sessions. So Intimate Soul Sessions, né? It's an entity on its own, and it's obviously supported.
So is it like a pop-up store event kind of thing?
No, it's a proper soul session event where how we differentiate our product offering from everything else that's happening is we always had a live performance element of a local soul artist. Like we've had your Bongani Khadebe, who's a saxophone player. We've had Prez, who's won Pop Idols. We've had I forgot this guy's name, but we've had.
You sure you paid him though?
Yeah, all of them, all paid. So yeah, no, you know, like so we're trying to build a lifestyle brand. Like I said, building.
But is it helping in terms of moving the units?
It's helping.
Or you just from creating an awareness?
Brand building aspect. I mean, obviously, moving forward, when you walk into an intimate soul sessions, there will be a pop-up corner where you can grab a few of these. So those were some of the things that we're doing, and also trying to perfect how we present it in a nicely packaged offering. So hence I'm saying, moving forward, you know, it's a lifestyle brand, so it won't be just we just do clothes. You know, I mean, we can move into cologne, we can move into, you know, electronics, you know, because it's a lifestyle brand. So you don't just walk in and say, give us a t-shirt, you know.
So it'd be like Apple.
Yes. So you can walk in and say, actually, you guys are doing an event, I'm here to buy a ticket, or I am looking for headphones. We've got Kasi Boutique branded headphones. You come in, you understand. So it's a lifestyle brand, but this is where we start.
All right. So do you think we will get to a level where we see some of your apparels, your clothing line, in so-called your Edgar's and your Woolworths?
I think
in those stores.
It's a difficult one to answer right now, especially with the number of how these stores are closing down now. So from where I'm standing,
well, is that are you looking into that as well, or are you okay, you comfortable with the township business and just keep on popping up stores on your own within the township space? Or maybe you, like I'm asking, you would want to go to those to that market?
We will eventually go into malls. But from
as a boutique store, not as wanting to move your clothing into them stores.
When we move into that space, we would like to retain the ownership, you know, because once you get into that retail space, they now start giving you their SLAs and KPIs or whatever, whereby now you must then
play by their rules.
Yeah, so I would rather we own and we control and we're able to manage our growth as well.
No, it's beautiful, man. So now I see you've branded your car.
Yeah.
It's as Kasi Boutique.
Yeah.
Well, you've donated the car to the company now.
It's branded.
It's branded. So now, how do people reach you? Kasi Boutique.
On Facebook under kasiboutique.southafrica.
Okay.
And email info@kasiboutique.co.za.
Okay.
And on our Facebook page, my cell phone number is there. Everything we do, we post there. And we
Give your number.
061
Yeah.
355 7272.
That's your personal number.
That's the number you'll find there, yeah.
Okay.
So going forward, obviously, any changes will update on our platforms. But
All right.
that's where you find us. Facebook, that's where we are very active because
Instagram.
Instagram, we are there, but we are not that active because there's so much to do. At some point, you need to have someone
who's
gonna manage all those
yeah.
things. So hence, now we're busy with our online store. So I think all the communication as it goes in there, it will be automated. Then it will help us to manage all the communication coming through. But for now, we're just playing on that platform here, Facebook, and then moving into Insta and other platforms. It will be very soon, as soon as we're done with the online store, which is it's 95% now.
Okay. So now, how do people reach your? Do you have a catalog, online catalog?
We post every week on that cell phone number I've just given
That's
out.
WhatsApps.
Yeah,
Okay.
on the WhatsApp stories, and then on our Facebook page as well. We are constantly posting
new items,
stuff, everything, pricings and all that. Ahona inbox me for pricing. The pricing is there
it's
already.
there.
Yeah, so the only thing will obviously be sizes because we do limited number of stuff. Yeah.
So now, is there space for negotiations in prices?
The price that's there, that's right.
That's it.
That's the price. Because we also do combos.
So you don't do the Indian thing.
No.
I call me a sensi plan.
I know because look, this is quality stuff, and I do combos. I was partnering with Simon Sir.
Okay.
The
wine
stuff from Stellenbosch. So
Yeah.
we do combos like a top
And a bottle of
a
wine.
bottle of wine with a hoodie,
Wow.
with the bean, you know. So we try to give value for money,
Wow.
but
okay.
we are not trying to come across as a cheap to clip or pick up a sweater type thing. You know, it's quality, it's proper stuff, and we are priced where we feel we are.
Yeah.
We need to be. Yeah.
So how do you separate your Kasi Boutique brand from the rest of other township brands? Because they seem to be mushrooming every day. Yeah.
I think how we differentiate ourselves is how I have now become so pedantic when it comes to quality.
Yeah.
You know, like it's easy to pick up a t-shirt from wherever for $20, put a logo and say $250. You know, it's very easy. But I mean, for a buyer or a consumer to come back and buy again, he must see the value in what they've bought.
In
So
the quality
in the
as well.
quality that they've received. So we are very, very, very quality control. That's the one thing. So we emphasize on giving our customers the best in quality. So if you wear a top and you wash it 3 times, it mustn't change color or size. It must stay the way it is. You understand? So that's how we differentiate ourselves from a lot of guys. And going forward, that's gonna be the one thing we cannot compromise on. Also taking the learnings from where we're coming from and all of that.
So now if somebody places an order with you, let me say I call you, bring Lesego, listen, I saw on your catalog jersey number 7, it's selling at $550, so and so and so. I'm size 32 or I'm large on the upper body. What's your next step?
Once we confirm availability, if it's the immediate.
So does that mean you'll say, okay, I'll get back to you?
No.
I still have to check stock that we do have?
We always know what we have.
Okay.
So hence I'm saying over the phone, if you say I like this and it's your size, you make a payment, the next day it's at your door. If not, we will confirm within a day or two if we can do one in your size, and depending where you are, we can either I will come and drop it off, or I will courier it to you. So it's a quick turnaround strategy. Hence I'm trying to emphasize that even on the online store.
Yeah.
It will not take more than a day or two.
Who pays for the courier?
The
fees?
buyer.
The buyer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So once you click pay, the courier fee will also be in there automatically.
All right. So now I am in. Where am I? I'm trying to be where you can reach.
Yeah.
I'm very far.
Yeah.
I'm very far. I'm in Durban.
Yeah.
I'm in Durban. I like your product.
Yeah. So
a friend of mine told me about you.
So once you click,
yeah. So now this jersey, it's $450 in your store catalog.
Yeah.
Then once I click already, does it ask me whether do I want it to be couriered, or is it gonna be personal delivery?
Yeah. Look, on the online store, it will be courier.
Okay. So there will be a fee automatically.
Yeah. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna see your item, the cost.
Okay.
And after you've punched in your
then
address
it gives
and
you
all that,
the transportation fee.
But it will never be. I think the furthest point in South Africa, it will never be more than 120. I think.
Does it?
You understand? And you will get it within 48 to 72 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And what did I want to ask you? Now you did mention your forms of payment. That's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
What are the ways where your clients can pay you?
So currently, how I do it is you either, if it's online, you obviously have to punch in your debit card or credit card details. We deduct immediately, and then you get your stuff. And if it's
security,
it's right. Yeah.
So I won't get my number duplicated, and
it don't charge you 10 times in the next month or so.
Then the next thing I am somewhere in Cape Town. There's a transaction that's running in Cape Town, and I'm in Kempton Park.
No, we are working with legit businesses. So even on our website, we are gonna disclose who is gonna be managing the payment processes. So it's legit, it's clean, and obviously as the person who's buying on the other end, there's certain information that will always sit with you. So we don't want to ask you for
pin numbers and stuff. Yeah.
The same way you order food with Mr. Deliver.
Yeah.
Is the same way you're gonna order our stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Same platform, same everything.
So that's online. And then obviously
one-on-one. It's obviously either cash or e-wallet or an EFT, and then Kamina Kawena. All good.
What do they call these machines they're using? Ear cocker or something?
Yeah, the ear cocker.
You have those swiping things as well?
I've got that. So unfortunately it was attached to my other device, which I don't know where it is now.
Okay.
So we use geo payments, and because everybody's got something on their cell phone.
Okay.
So I've got various bank accounts to accommodate everything else.
So but the point is that it's easy to pay.
It's easy to pay.
Easy to pay.
You don't have I also don't prefer to carry cash, but when you do a transaction, you will be able to make a payment one way or the other.
One way or the other.
Yeah, and in a very simplified manner. So we are very, very flexible when it comes to that. Yeah.
That's good, man. And now, how often do you introduce new gears?
Every week.
Every week?
Yeah.
Wow.
Every week.
So you've got summer clothes already cooked up somewhere?
Yeah, so I think the summer ones from mid-August, we're going to start introducing them again, golf shirts, t-shirts and stuff. So every week we've got something new coming up.
Do you think you'll get to a level where you start sewing your own clothing?
That's the plan. Actually, I've got a cousin who's got his own brand, and he does that.
Is it?
So that's the plan.
So you want to amalgamate?
Yes. To say, look, at some point we need to do stuff that's uniquely us. But obviously with that, there's the issue of turnaround times and the amount of volume
course,
you can
of
push
course.
out. But those are operational issues. But at the end of the day, we will be at that point where we're saying we've got this and we've got
That is sold in-house,
yeah,
and then
handmade.
this is bought.
Like handmade, denim shirts.
Yeah.
We will have those coming soon. Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
So you becoming a fully fledged store
Yeah.
and a clothing brand
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah.
So now you say obviously you lifestyle. So we'll see wallets coming soon. We'll see probably watches and glasses and all that.
Accessories.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Any shoe brand that is gonna come anytime soon?
We were busy with another shoe brand.
Because I see shoes are popping up all of a sudden. Everybody is having their own shoe brand.
It's the new getting golden ticket.
It's the golden ticket.
So there's a shoe brand we were busy with. So with all the disruptions and all that, there's been a little bit of issues there. But
2021.
yeah, we will have like the big picture is walk in, and be able to buy a Gasipo ticket from shoes, socks.
Be dressed up
Gasipo ticket.
from
And
top
then
to bottom.
have, supporting brands in the store whereby you are not just wearing one brand, but you can mix and match with other brands, but under one.
Okay. Yeah. So are they what do you call them? Smart socks? Are they still the in thing?
Happy socks.
Happy socks, yeah.
Look, I think people have moved away from wearing black and white socks.
White socks.
Long time ago.
They want them in crazy colors.
Yeah, you must have some,
in my keep.
trizzle yellow colors. Then you're on the board. Yeah.
So now 10 years, 15, 20 years. Well, let's start in 5. What's the picture of your business?
In 5 years' time, we need to have a national footprint. We need to own our own supply chain in terms of able to sew things from scratch with patterns, have designers in-house where we're doing things.
That's 5 years
scratch.
now.
5 years, yeah.
We keep a record
Yeah,
of this.
no, it's recorded. 5 years,
So I'll call you in 5 years and
Yeah.
we'll have this talk again.
In-house designers.
Yeah.
Do things from scratch in-house. And from that central point, distribute to our walk-in stores nationally. And we push the lifestyle thing behind it, where
It's funny how one business always leads to another.
Yeah.
Now that you're talking, you started just a small store that you give people opportunity to come and hang their clothes and showcase what they're doing. And then the next thing, now you've got your own brand. Now you're talking amalgamation with another brand so that you start sewing. Before you know it, you're gonna have to have distribution cars.
Yeah.
So now you are no longer just in clothing, but you are in logistics and trucks. You have to look after trucks. You have to look after warehouses and all of that.
Yeah.
Do you think you have the capacity for that?
I think my background, fortunately, I've been exposed
You're
to
schooled enough to know what's going on.
Yeah. So I'd say I am not an expert in all fields.
Yeah.
But it's a general management of things, which is important. So if you are
you're wise enough to know what time it is.
Yeah, what's happening. You manufacture here, how does it get down there?
Yeah.
So you need to have stuff on the ground.
So does school really help in that way?
I would say it does.
Okay.
It does, but going to school is not the only key. Sometimes I'm also learning from other people as well.
Of course.
And experience is the best textbook also.
Yeah.
So school.
But that's learning hard too, because experience before you definitely.
But if you think about it, I had actually applied to do an MBA with the Henry Business School. And then I got accepted. I think this was 2014, 15, somewhere there. And they said to me, okay, you are accepted. This was in November. Like, okay, January we want 10%. February you pay the rest. And an MBA
of schooling fees.
Yeah.
Wow.
And at a $250,000. So you can imagine how expensive that is.
Jan, they want 25,000.
Yeah.
Who has that money in Jan?
Exactly. And then after you take that out, end of Feb, you
Squash it off.
You settle your account. Yeah.
What school was this?
Henley Business School.
Wow,
You
bro.
understand? So, and then you decide, okay, fine.
And you thought, no,
Nah.
that's not my cup
Yeah.
of tea.
So I said, okay, I will buy books regarding how.
Of course,
MBA
yeah,
books.
self-taught.
Yeah, I'll read
Yeah.
them, but I'll do things
Because all
practically
you need is the exam,
Yeah.
and then that certificate,
And
you
the
know,
piece of
to
paper.
authentication.
To say
But
I
it
did
does
this.
not mean that you can't do it by yourself.
Exactly.
You can.
Yeah.
Self-taught is always
Yeah.
the best.
So I'm always reading books. I'm always like now. There's a book called The Handbook that every business owner must have.
I know that one.
Yeah. And there's
Yeah.
48 business leaders.
Yeah.
Thought leaders. So
Yeah.
if you read that, and it was published in July of 2020, so it's discussing issues that are happening now.
Right now,
So
yes.
you sit down,
yes.
you read that book. It also highlights you on how to also approach stuff and do how to amend your strategies here and there. So besides going to school, you can actually sit down, buy a book that is current, dealing with current issues, and
yeah.
it will enlighten you
Yeah.
on how to approach.
Like I always say, you know, like now we're looking at this pandemic and then obviously the credit crunch as like a hoo-ha thing, like woo, things are falling apart. But actually, if you do read the books like those, they tell you that every cycle, that season always comes. It's
Exactly.
between 7 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Something like that happens.
Yeah.
7 to 10, maybe 12, 15 the
Yeah.
most. It will happen.
Yeah.
I mean, the credit crunch was 2008.
Exactly.
You know, the Wall Street meltdown.
Yeah.
Now it's 2019, 2020, another meltdown
Yeah.
again. So
Yeah.
it's coming.
Yeah, it will.
So 2027, 28, we might be hit with something else.
Thank
It's
you.
coming. So
Yeah.
the issue is that as a businessman, how prepared are you that when it hits next time, you have all the facilities
Yeah.
to be able to be solid on the ground and not lose your business.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very important
Yeah.
to tell people that it is going to
Yeah.
come.
That's
We're going
always
to
gonna-
pass through this one,
Yeah.
but the next one is coming. Don't
Always
think it's
a wave,
over.
Yeah. There's always gonna be something else coming, and even if it's not a big pandemic or
Exactly.
your business on its own will at some point face certain challenges.
Of course.
It will not be smooth sailing all the way.
Of course.
So once you hit those rocky roads, how do you adjust? How do you regroup? How do you re-strategize? How do you reposition your brand to survive whatever it's going through?
So now, how do you speak to somebody, a young kid, was Alexander, was a Tembisa, was a Soweto, was a Kasi, ukuthi he wants to start a business, probably a brand like this. It could be in clothing, it could be anything else. How do you encourage them to saying, go ahead, boy, and do it?
I mean, what I always do is I always share my story, you know, because I think the biggest mistake that one could make is to paint a perfect picture
And never tell the real
and
story.
never tell it, because every millionaire, every billionaire has got a very sad story to tell as well.
And you've lost a lot of money
And
to
you've
make that million.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so I tell my story
Yeah.
as it is,
Yeah.
and you prepare their mind to
Yes,
say,
sir.
look, out of 10 people,
Yeah.
maybe 2 are gonna cross the finish line.
Yeah.
The other 8, you will never even know about them because they never got to a point where
They threw in the
someone-
towel too soon.
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you understand.
So, but now with perseverance, how do you? Where is it coming from? They never say die attitude.
It's believing in what you believe in, you know, understanding that your thinking makes business sense, and sometimes you will be the only one who understands what your vision is, and the rest of the world will understand it once it's out there. Like Steve Jobs' problem.
Yeah.
He knew what he wanted,
Mm.
and no one had ever done it before.
Yeah.
So he was a crazy person to a lot of people.
Mm.
But once the product was out there, then thought leaders started taking him seriously.
Serious. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
You know, despite the fact that he got fired from Apple, but his thinking, ever since he's passed away, you can see the impact.
The
he had
impact.
in
The company,
that
it's growing in
Yeah.
leaps and bounds.
Exactly.
Mm.
So that's what drives me to say, once I am taken away from this world,
Yeah.
what do I leave behind?
So you need that footprint.
Yes, you don't want to come
Yeah.
in and leave and
You never
nobody
made a move.
notices who
Yeah.
you were here,
Yeah.
So you need to say, I was here. That's what needs to drive you to say, I was here and this is what I did.
To never be forgotten.
Yeah.
So now, that's amazing what you just said now. And it's very important for people to understand. Ukuthi, you are not born to come and just work, pay bills and die.
Exactly.
No, there's more to it.
Yeah.
And that's just a vehicle for you to put food on the table.
Yeah.
But it's not the only vehicle either, So it's very important that eventually you go ahead within your dreams, because you are a dreamer, you have ideas and visions. And chase
like
them. Yes.
I was reading an article the other day. I think in the past 5 years,
Yeah.
the highest grossing cell phones have always been Apple and Samsung.
Yeah.
And for the first time in I don't know how long, Huawei has just come up. It's now the number one. 53.7 million units
Sold.
distributed globally.
Wow.
Understand? So even if you are the underdog today, if you stay on your lane, stay focused and keep working at it,
Persevere.
you will get there. I mean, once you're at the top, it actually becomes more difficult. Because if you're at the bottom, you are looking at other people and learning from them. But once you're at the top, it gets harder to stay at the top, because now all innovations have to be
come from you. Yes.
And if you don't have them,
you are the bar. You are the
Exactly.
one who has to tell us what's going on tomorrow.
Exactly. So hence it's important to say, even if you sell clothes, but you need to understand what's happening in the broader scale of things, because everything is interconnected. So that's how you then start to understand, okay, fine, this is, if I am Mazda or if I'm Tata 20 years ago, I was nobody.
Yeah.
But Tata today owns Jaguar and Land Rover.
Yeah.
Understand?
And they're even in horse trucks now.
Exactly,
Yeah. Yeah.
So those are the type of things that one needs to understand. Don't just be in your own space.
Don't box yourself.
Yeah, understand every other thing that's happening around you and try to see how all of these things can help you also grow what you're trying to do.
Wow, man, it looks like Kasi Boutique is going far. Eh?
I hope so.
Well, we've noticed your footprint. We've seen you do what you do. And we've noticed that you're making moves. And we appreciate your time, that you came and then you showed us not just your clothes, but you shared a dream with us, which is very important to understand where this brand, how was this brand birthed and where is it going?
Yeah.
Does it take money to start a business?
It takes more than money to start a business, because I think not all businesses necessarily need money to start, For instance, if you sell food, you take your groceries, gone through with that, then you make money, then you understand. So
it takes a will.
Yeah.
It takes
the heart
the will.
and soul.
Yeah.
That starts a business,
Yeah.
and then the money is just the enabling factor to what you're trying to do.
Well, a lot of people they're waiting to have money before they can start, and that's not how it starts.
No, start with what you have.
Start with what you have. I like that. My friend, I thank you.
Thank you
for your time, and this brand, I see it's growing. I don't know where next we're gonna see it, but surely it's gonna be highlighted up in the limelight.
Sure.
It looks like it. And then any fashion shows that you think you might be getting yourself involved, or maybe your very own that you might create, a Kasi fashion show.
Yeah. Look, I've been toying around with a few concepts, and I am one to always try to push the envelope.
New things.
Yeah. So when I do a fashion show, it will not be a run-of-the-mill catwalk, runway.
Yeah.
It will be something different, but we will get to
with the Kasi
point.
flavor.
With the Kasi flavor. So we will get to that point. It will be different. definitely.
Well, invite other brands
Yeah.
as well to make
Yeah.
it more interesting.
Yes.
So it also gives your brand a challenge as well.
Exactly.
Yeah,
because you must never be
That-
comfortable.
yeah, and make sure that
Yeah.
whoever invites, they don't get to showcase
Yeah.
their clothes prior to
Yeah.
the,
Yeah.
so that everybody is surprised
With
who
the-
has what.
What's coming in?
Yeah,
So
that
yeah.
would be very interesting. I would love to see
Yeah.
that actually.
So yeah, there's a few ideas on the table, and yeah, like I said, it will be a different type of
Fashion show.
call it an exhibitions.
Just before we close, tell people one more time where to reach you and if
Um,
they want to place orders.
For orders, you can send an email to info
Yeah.
at kasiboutique.co.za,
Yeah.
or you can send a direct WhatsApp to 061 355 7272.
Mm-hmm.
You can also get us on Facebook, which is where we are very active at kasiboutique.South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
You will see our brand there. Click in, like our page, follow us, and then everything we do, it's all in there, and we respond very quickly, and that's how you get a hold of us.
That's it, yeah?
Yeah.
I speak blessing upon your company, your brand, your life,
I receive
your kids. How many kids you got? Two, ne?
Two, yeah.
Two, yeah. What's
Yeah.
the name?
Kumo and Masego.
Kumo and Masego.
Yeah.
I speak blessings upon their lives. And yeah, like I said, this brand, we want to see it in limelight very soon. And I know you're a very creative person. Only 3 years, but you've done so much with this brand. I mean, 3 years, it's not a long time in business.
Yeah.
It's not a long time in business. A lot of people, actually, you have not even taken the first step in business. So it's not like a baby that grows 3 years, they're crawling and whatever.
No.
But business is a different ball game.
Yeah.
And you've been very perseverant about your business. You're persistent.
Yeah.
That's what I like about you. That's what I'm learning from you as well, because we learn from each other. And yeah, man, all the blessings, all the good things upon your life. Yeah.
I receive.
Thank you, my brother. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. This is our time. This is Pit to Palace. We'll appreciate if you subscribe to our channel. Like I always say, drop us comments on the comment space. Let us know how you feel about this show. Tell us where you want us to change things so that we can grow. And but we can't grow alone. We need to grow with you. We need your input. We need your filling ins. So that is very important. So we just want to say thank you very much and have a beautiful day, and see you next time. Peace.